We're live.
Woo!
What up? What up?
I always like to give people like a few minutes to come in, get comfy, get cozy. And I can't see the live today, so I don't know what's going on.
I'll go to it. It has been a heck of a day.
Tati's here.
Tati, stay here. Hey, girl. Hey.
Welcome.
There we go. Yeah, her little moderator thing is still active. Good. Cool.
No weirdos today.
Team No Weirdos.
Team No Weirdos.
Granted, weirdos normally means a good thing. Like, normally I say weirdos as a term of
Okay, how about this? No trolling today.
There we go.
There
no
we go.
trolls.
I like it.
Hey, Ted.
What's up, Ted?
Hey, Ted. We love to see it.
Always.
Our OGs.
Right. I was like, there's certain people that like we remember.
Oh yeah.
What are y'all reading? Because I'm getting started. I'm trying to find my Apple Pencil because I'm gonna be drawing during this one podcast.
All right. Well, since we're about ready to get started, welcome everybody to Black Prose Podcast, where Black lives, Black voices, and Black stories have always mattered. Your host tonight, my name is Oshale of Oshi Reads on YouTube, Instagram. Sometimes I'm on Twitter. I'm just going to stop saying Twitter. I am letting Twitter go. Welcome.
Welcome to hi, I'm Brittany, aka Melanin Eclectic, on all platforms. The shop platforms are www.melanineclectic.com and at shopmelanineclectic.com because I got to shout my shop out today because I'm real happy today.
Hi
We
guys.
definitely have to talk about that.
Hi guys, I'm Troy Nicole from the Bookish Waffler and Inkfleur Studios. I am also Bookish Waffler on Instagram, and on Twitter I am the Bookish Inkfleur.
So let's go ahead and get started. Just a few announcements. We are in day 2 of our fabulous readathon, the Naked Readathon, celebrating Black romance and Black love. And I don't know, I still haven't read a single page of my TBR.
That is not what I was expecting you to say at all.
No, because yesterday I was so busy trying to get up, like trying to edit. This is the reality when you're also a content creator. Like, I forgot how time consuming editing was, and I was like, I have to get up this recommendations video. I have to get up this TBR video. It's taking so much time to edit, to render, post, that by the time all that was done, I was so tired, I just went to bed.
Oh, wow.
And so tonight, my goal is to at least read before I go to sleep, because I like to read in bed, like right before I go to sleep. I'm going to try to at least read a couple chapters of Fans Only by B Love, one of my books. That's like my goal.
See, I'm going to download the group read on my Kindle tonight, and that is also a goal of mine. Like, hi guys, I see all you guys popping in and I see the comments. It's so great to see y'all. How y'all enjoying getting naked every day? I can't ask that question without laughing, but like, oh, we lost Oshley again. I just was like, or rather, my mom called me and she was like, "What is this thing that Allie said you're doing?" I was like, "Oh yeah, mom, it's the book club's getting naked." She was like, "Excuse me?" I was like,
"The book club's getting naked," just like that.
What kind of book club is that? I was like, "Oh." I was like, "Mom, we're doing a Black romance readathon and it's called the Naked Readathon." And she was like, "Do I even want to know?" I was like, "It's not as bad as you think, I swear."
Oh my gosh.
I started the book club read.
You did?
Yes. I'm not that far into it, but I started it last night.
That's so exciting to me.
I saw a couple posts today of people like, "Oh, I got the group read. I got the group read." And I was like, "Look at everybody getting the group read."
I am like saving it until the end. I think I really want to find an audiobook for it, but I don't think she has an audiobook for it
There's
yet.
no audiobook.
There's no audiobook. I searched.
Dang. All right. Well, I might as well get started then, because I don't want to have to wait and then read it all in one day on Saturday.
Right. It's short too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Pages.
Yeah, because I don't feel I feel like it's because I'm not in a reading mood. It might take me all week to read it, but it actually is short. I might have to read it during lunch for this week.
Tati said you should show your mom road pics.
Oh my God.
Listen, can we talk about them robe pictures though? Because first of all, the robe looks very comfortable.
Wait, are you talking about my robe pictures?
Yes, we're talking about your robe pics. Ain't nobody else posting pics in robes.
Well, it's called Naked Readathon. I was like, okay, so my theme for all my photos, except for the IG like prompts where you can't wear a robe, I'm gonna wear a robe in every picture. We're supposed to be getting naked. Like I'm supposed to be naked.
I just appreciate your commitment to the theme.
This is as naked as it's gonna get.
I appreciate your commitment to the theme. I will not be posting a robe on IG.
Neither will I.
It's like, oh no. Just no. So here's a fun naked question.
Okay.
If you could create the dating profile of your favorite Black male lead, what would his dating profile say?
Ooh.
That's a good
That is an amazing question.
I know.
Shit, I don't know.
I'm like waiting for Troy to get
my own dating profile.
I mean, you could either create the male lead's dating profile page, or you can create your dating profile page that you know would attract him. Those are your two options.
Oh my gosh. This is rough.
Oh God, I can't.
Abominable is
Abominable. Oh yeah. Also, shout out to Abominable for that yin yang twins on top of her picture.
Yes, that was everything.
Also, shout out to Bree from Lots Booktition for that amazing TikTok.
So good.
Oh my God, it was so good.
That was one of the most epic TikToks I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it was great. But also to everybody in the comments, that question goes for you too. You have the option of creating the dating profile of your favorite Black lead that you've read in history, or create your dating profile that would specifically attract him to swipe left on yours.
Can I just open my Hinge and tell you what's on mine?
I mean, if you want to share that personal stuff, you can.
I don't care. It's not really. I mean, y'all saw. I sent y'all one of the pictures that's on there.
Yeah, my fellow host be thirst trapping.
Oh my God. It was not a thirst trap picture.
Who?
Okay, so on Hinge, they have like questions and stuff that you can answer, right? And on mine, it says, because there's this thing that happens to me where I always get like really sporty guys. And I'm just like, listen, you got the wrong one. I'm not going rock climbing. I'm not going.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to be your workout buddy. Like, why? Okay. So I literally put this as one of them. It says, you should not go out with me if you don't like lazy people or introverts. I like my bed.
And their first suggestion to you was rock climbing?
Listen. I have dudes that profile me like, just looking for my gym princess. And I'm just like, dude, I am not her. I promise you, I am not her.
No. I don't understand. In your profile, you say you like your bed. In his profile, he says he's looking for his gym day.
Right.
Those statements are contrasting.
Very much so.
I also had to put this. There's a lot of disclaimers in my profile.
What are the disclaimers?
One of the prompts goes, believe it or not, and I put, I am named Troy Nicole. That is my literal name. Yet people love to start with, is that your real name? Like, I thought it was just a booktube thing, but like guys would be like, so like, what am I supposed to call you? And I'm just like, what are you talking about? And they're just like, well, what's your name? And I'm just like, what? Listen, after the one dude who literally had on his profile that he didn't believe dinosaurs ever existed.
No!
honey.
Like, seriously, I was just over it. And then it's like, I just have a whole bunch of pictures. Other than that, I geek out on anime, books, and K-pop.
That's cute.
Okay, so the ideal guy that you're trying to attract off of your profile. I mean, you set yourself up for this question, by the way.
It's a setup.
I don't know. I don't have an ideal type, so I have no idea.
My problem is that I have a very short attention span, and so I am genuinely happy being single. So I never take dating very seriously. So I always just go into it very lightheartedly, and I find myself, I'm one of those people that like, I'm pretty go with the flow. So I find myself kind of like morphing into whatever their personality type is. So if there's somebody that always likes to go work out, then all of a sudden I'm working out all the time. I don't do it consciously. It just starts happening because like if I really like somebody and they're fun to be around, then I want to be around them. And if that's what they like to do, I'm not the type of person that's like, I'm not very like, no, I don't want to go there. No, I don't. I'm just like, cool, I'll roll with you. I'll go. So then they end up thinking that I'm someone that I'm not. So then when the relationship gets further along, they'll be like, wait, I didn't know you like to read. Like, wait, I didn't know this about you because we spent so much time doing your thing. And I'm like so easygoing. And so just like, I don't really care. So I'm willing like, oh, you want to go hiking? Like, okay, I don't really like the outdoors, but I do like trying new things. So I'll go. Yeah, sure. You have bug repellent? Cool, I'll go. Or like, you want to go canoeing? Again, not a fan of water, but I've never been canoeing. That sounds fun. Okay, I'll go. So then they think that I'm this person that I'm not. So then,
Shirley, that is a setup on yourself.
Right. I was like, you setting yourself up is what it sounds like.
So when the relationship gets further along and they start finding out stuff about me, then they start looking at me like they don't really know me.
They don't.
They don't. You don't know you at this point.
And then I'll just wake up one day and I'll be like, you know what? This person is, or they'll start making comments like, yeah, like next year we can do this next year. And I'm like, next year? I wasn't really planning on knowing. So then I'm like, oh, no. Now they think that this is really serious. How do I get out of this?
Okay, so Dear Lovely Podcast, don't do what Oshley does.
It's so funny. I'm the complete opposite. Like my dad always says that I am like defiant by nature. He always says if you tell Troy to do something, she does the complete and total opposite. So if I was dating someone, I would be like, oh, listen, I don't do boats.
Right.
Rock climbing. I'll go on a hike with you. Like I like hiking. I'll go hiking. I'm not going to the gym 5 times a week. Maybe I'll go once. I'll be lenient. I'll do some things. But listen, I am lazy. I don't like doing things. I barely like outside. Like I'm not going canoeing. Like that is not happening. If you see me in a canoe, I was kidnapped.
Okay, I need to justify. I need to clear my name.
Okay.
No, look. Isn't it just like, okay, this is how it is for me. When I meet somebody that I actually am like really, liking, what are the kids saying these days? Really vibing with. When I meet somebody that I'm really vibing with.
What the kids are saying?
Girl, yes, that's not my generation. Anyway, when I meet somebody that I'm really vibing with, and I'm like, I don't know. It's like a high. It's like a high. Like you want to be with them all the time. You're like, oh, I'll do this. Okay, we'll go here. Oh, you want to do this? Okay. And then after a while, the high dies down because, then they start farting in front of you. Y'all get comfortable and you're just like,
they start
high
farting in front of
died
you.
down. Now I don't know. I don't want to go there. Actually, I'd rather just stay in bed and watch Pride and Prejudice, the version with what's her face for the millionth time, Keira Knightley, and cry. And they're just like, who are you?
But do you ever feel like the reason it gets that way is because you weren't presenting your true self in the beginning?
Well, obviously, but then it's not as exciting.
That's because he's not meant for you.
What is going on?
Obviously. He's not meant for you. Obviously.
Well, I knew that from the beginning. I was just having a good time.
I got nothing. I have nothing. You went into that like this is going to be a temporary fun.
That's how I go into every single relationship.
So basically, do they know that you went into this the temporary relationship?
Well, I mean, some of them do. I guess my thing is like I've never met someone that's made me want to change that. So I feel like I'll just keep doing that until I meet somebody that I'm like, huh, okay, I'll change.
I mean, as long as you're making as long as it's clear in the beginning, excuse me, that like this is just for fun, then I mean they can't really get mad at that.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is as you get older, people start wanting to be serious out the gate.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny because sometimes I literally feel like I'm the guy in certain situations because sometimes I'll go on dates and like, the age I'm at now, I can like date someone who's in their 40s and not completely feel like, why am I here?
Right.
Like when I was in my 20s, you can't really date someone in your 40s. Well, you could, but the whole date, I'd be like, why am I here? But now it's like, sometimes I think, why am I here? And then I'm like, oh, wait, I'm old. So
and see, I have like the complete opposite of that because everyone that like hits me up on dating sites be like doing too much, and I just be like, sir, how is out the woodwork you talking about me coming to the crib and just like, sir, relax, okay?
Our generation, romance is dead.
It kind of is. But the problem is the older dudes, like when you go on a date with them, like, okay, let's say, like I'm on a couple dating sites. So let's say you match with somebody and like you end up getting to the point where you go out because my thing is I don't like talking for a long time in the chat because it's like, it's weird talking to somebody that you don't know, to me.
Yes.
I'd rather just meet up with them safely, of course, take your precautions, send your location to several people, go in the daytime, all that stuff. I'd rather meet up with them in person, like at a place. It's different now with COVID because like you can't really go out like that. But it's weird though when you're sitting across from them and they start asking all these serious questions like, do you want to have kids? Or I have 2 kids. Would you want more? And I'm just sitting there like, we literally, the appetizers haven't even gotten here yet.
The appetizers.
I'm just like,
they need to serve your water yet.
Menu. Like, I know I want an alcoholic beverage for sure now that we're talking about this stuff. Like, I just got my water. Like, I'm just like, oh my God. And they be serious. And I'm just like, because they're like, I'm looking to settle down. And I'm like, we just met.
I mean, I'm all for laying out your intentions, but I'm not for like planning out my wedding at first date dinners.
Right.
It's like, okay, I'm not into casual dating. Cool. I feel like that's something that should be stated up front. But asking me if I want kids before the appetizers? Nah.
Sir, what's going on?
That's a lot.
Like, see, like I was talking to my little sister about this one guy I was talking to on Hinge, and he was really trying. I was like, first of all, sir, we're in a pandemic. I ain't going to your house. But second of all,
oh my God.
But second of all, I wouldn't have, regardless of a pandemic. But after I told him like straight up no, he was just like, okay, and then we stopped talking. And my sister was like, that doesn't piss you off? I'm like, no, because I'm glad he made his intentions clear.
Yep.
Wanted. He didn't BS. He didn't waste my time. He was like, listen, sis, this is what I want. You rocking with it? And when I said no, he was like, okay. And then we moved on.
Yeah, that's true.
No time wasted. You know, I wasn't like, he wasn't trying to play with me. Like, he was just like, okay, well then, moving on.
Right. That's true.
And
It definitely saves time. No time wasted.
Yo, Bree's in the building.
Yes, Bree.
Hey.
TikTok queen.
Bree said, yep, and discussing how many eggs I got left is not acceptable either. Somebody has talked to me about that on a date.
Excuse me?
That is unacceptable.
Are we just having a Date Chronicles podcast? Because I'm totally down with this. I've got terrible date stories for days.
Listen, the things I've been, the things people say on dating apps be so wild.
This is going to sound super terrible. But when I was on dating websites here in Houston, the worst ones were like the overconfident, like super cocky Nigerians.
I knew you were going to call out my people. I was waiting.
I'm so sorry, but you have heard my stories.
I have, girl. I'm so sorry.
So it's just like, listen, those were the most aggressive, short, not physically attractive to me men I have ever experienced.
Listen, I won't lie. This one Nigerian guy in Houston liked one of my pictures, and I was just like, okay, he's cute. Let me go to his profile and look first. Y'all, his profile, one of them said, don't date me if you gonna lie about being busy. You not busy. You can make time. I want. Oh my God. He was like listing all these things that women had to do. I was like, oh, sir. And I X'd it real quick. Listen, you got the wrong one.
Did y'all see the one with the short pastor who like had a whole like list that he posted on social media of the type of woman that he was looking for and like what she
saw that.
I saw that.
I was like, you literally missing like, 3 paces and a mule at this point. Like
he was not. I will say this about Nigerian men who like look for Black American women. Specifically, they are trying to, they think that their selling point is because a lot of them are like engineers, doctors,
yes,
lawyers. So they know that they're not attractive, right? But they think their selling point is like, and they'll mention it like within the first few minutes or seconds.
No, that's literally the high. That's their greeting message.
That is it. I'm an engineer. I make this much. I have this. I have this. It's because like they're like, I can provide for you. They're already assuming like, oh, you probably don't. They have these stereotypes about like Black women in America. They're like, oh, you probably don't have much. So they're trying to like reel you in by being like, oh, I got money, I got status, I got a car, I got this. And it just comes off as arrogant. And then the problem is the really good looking dudes are even worse because they know how good looking they are and they're trifling. It's like
trifling, good for nothing type of brother. But honestly, because I'll never forget the one that was like, my friend came to visit and we went to this. I forgot where we went, but he like grabbed me by my arm and was like, come to my VIP section with your friend. I was like, huh? Well, we're engineers. Okay, so are we. He was like, well, you're probably not our kind of engineer. And we're like, yeah, we know we're better. Oh, because it was like, you were supposed to be first. Like, what I should have done was punch you in the face. Be happy that I'm even engaging in a conversation. But that was when I literally have a guy friend here in Houston that we met that night because he pretended to be my boyfriend so they would leave me alone because they would not leave us alone.
That's wild. That's the thing. They are very like aggressive and persistent. Obviously not all of them, but I know exactly what you're talking about. It's very much like they think they can wear you down. They think that if they just keep pressing, they have no concept of boundaries.
Yeah, and it's like, sir, this is getting creepy.
Oh yeah, they will try to wear you down, honey.
Oh my gosh. Miss WC Reader said my Niger coworker's brother was trying to get with me based off of seeing my Facebook pic this week. So you was stunting on Facebook is what you trying to tell us?
Right.
I mean, he saw a picture and he was ready to come at you.
He just knew. That's
Hey, maybe
be my wife.
Isn't there a romance book where like a guy sees a picture of a girl and he falls in love with her and then he actually finds her in real life?
I'm sure. I don't know.
There is. It sounds stalkerish, but I'm sure it's cute.
It sounds stalkerish.
So many romance plots sound stalkerish, and I'm like, this is really disturbing that I like this, but it's okay.
Cough, cough, A Princess in Theory.
Ooh.
Oh, shots fired. Where do we go?
Well, we're here, so let's just stay in it. Anybody want to expound on that statement?
The premise of A Princess in Theory is an African prince coming to America to question the ex-betrothed woman he's supposed to marry. But then he lies to her and pretends to be a co-worker that is supposed to like get a job at her job. And then he moves in right next door to her, has sexual relations with her, all under the premise of being somebody else.
Okay, so hear me out here. Oshley also, they said that they can barely hear you. Is that not almost kind of like the premise to The Prince and I, without, like, he was technically pretending to be someone he wasn't as well?
Yeah, like a lot of people call it like literally just an African Prince and I.
You mean The Prince and Me?
Yeah, the one with
Mandy Moore.
Julia Stiles.
No, it's Julia Stiles.
Julia Stiles.
Yeah.
The 90s.
They look very similar.
Yeah. No, you did not say they look similar.
They do look similar.
What number are we in?
Like. The shade.
How was that shade? I said they look similar.
They don't.
I don't think they look similar at all. Mandy Moore and Julia Stiles
alike.
Maybe I'm thinking about a different person. I'm thinking about Julia Stiles.
You must be, because they don't. I'm like,
Julia Stiles had that like hard face, and Mandy Moore's face is a lot softer and rounder.
Yes,
that made no sense, but it also did make sense.
Like, I kind of get what you're saying, and like I have a visual in my head now.
Right?
But
like Julia Stiles' face is very strong and like angular.
Yes.
That's hilarious. I have tried numerous times to read A Princess in Theory, and I was just never able to get into it past the first couple chapters. Like, it was
Would you like
really
to share why?
It was really boring to me, but I mean, I might try the audiobook because I found that sometimes, for example, I'm currently rereading Twilight, and the only way I'm able to get through it is because I'm listening to the audiobook, and I realized the audiobook is fucking hilarious, like unintentionally funny as fuck.
Oh yeah, it is.
Cracking up
get through it
at parts that are supposed to be like romantic or cute, and I'm just like cracking up because
I will say A Princess in Theory, the audiobook is good. I will say it kept me. The only reason I read as much of it as I did was because I was listening to the audiobook.
That's my next step.
Princess in Theory was written by who?
Alyssa Cole.
Oh, okay. Yeah, y'all know I don't know these things. Just be like, because I'm literally only reading Christina C. Jones's book for the group read because I don't want to be left out in the discussion.
Wow.
Wait, third book for what? Novelist said I like the third book the most.
It's a whole series. So it's a series that starts with A Princess in Theory, and then there are other books about different couples.
Are they all a part of the same royal family?
That's a great question. I have no idea.
Because when you say that, it makes me think of the Brown Sisters trilogy.
Oh, yeah, but that was better.
Yes. I don't know. Y'all are gonna have to tell me, like, what are the 3 books in this series? Because if anything, somebody could be listening to this and not know that it's a series, and y'all could be educating them right now as well. So
I will say the covers are phenomenally done. I will say that.
I also just want to shout out how beautifully chocolate they are on this cover.
So good.
It's just like, y'all, this, first of all, the outfit choice
Mm-hmm.
The beautiful colors on the skin tones. They got the undertones together.
The backgrounds, everything about the covers are great.
Yeah.
I'm like looking it up now, but they're helping us out in the chat. Okay, so it's the Reluctant Royal series. And they're all part of the same friendship group, Amber says.
I have noticed that a lot of romance writers do that. And I kind of like this whole idea of creating this. Basically, in my head, it's like a gigantic Sims universe. Like I could take an author, and from each one of their books, I could create Sims families based off of their books and have like one big neighborhood of like their book characters.
Yes, Tati, we're talking about the Reluctant Royals. I know you love that series.
Yes, I'm about to say I know Tati does.
All right. WOC reader says the prince in the third book was white, so the third book is an interracial romance. It sounds like.
Okay.
So it's like a variety she's got in the series.
Yeah, it sounds like the thing is a full collection of like everybody gonna get some.
Ooh, I'm looking at the covers now on Amazon. They are so spicy.
They look really good.
They're really good. I'm loving all the.
Has another romance with an African prince releasing in December.
Ooh.
I'm down for the African prince thing. Though every time I hear African prince, unfortunately, my American brain immediately jumps to Coming to America, but I'm trying to get better at that.
You know they're making a sequel or whatever.
No one asked for these sequels.
Nobody at all.
Not one person.
Is it just impossible to make new movies?
It is.
It's not impossible.
They ain't got no ideas.
They're just hella lazy. Okay, I have another naked question for you guys.
Oh my God.
Are we ready for this one?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What is your worst date to date? The worst date you've ever been on?
Huh. I got to think about this one because there's a couple.
Oh, wow.
Let me see. I don't know if I want to talk about this on the internet.
Obviously, this goes for the comment section as well, because sometimes y'all stories be having us dying. So, question to the audience as well. What was your worst date to date? And if it's a good story, you should pitch it to somebody to write it.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I want to talk about this.
Well, don't do the worst one, then pick another one. Like it doesn't have to be your worst. Like, just pick another one.
Okay.
Because I know sometimes we don't want to tell our business on the Beyonce's internet. So
Beyonce's internet.
I'm starting to realize though that I've done people wrong.
Oh my God.
That's not what I was expecting you to say
at all.
Oh, all of my worst date stories are because I was bad.
Wait a minute. Put a pin in it. Novelists, don't make me add you to this freaking podcast.
Wait, no.
You can tell stories.
Oh my God,
wait. We can talk about go ahead and write your story. Don't exit, come back. Tell us about these potential subs as well. But yes.
Wow.
Why do you feel like you're starting to see now that you might have done people wrong, O'Shea?
No, because I keep thinking about like, oh, your worst date. It's like, oh, it was bad for you. But now I'm starting to realize that like I've actually had the fortune of running into like really good dudes for the most part. That I've been on dates with and dated. And like I've been the villain in most of these stories. So I'm just kind of like, ooh. Obviously I'm a better person now, but
growth.
Right. It's just like, oh, I could tell this story. Oh, I did that. Okay. I'm like trying to think of something where somebody did something horrible to me and I can't think of it.
Yeah. I don't know what to say to that one because I'm like, I've had terrible dates and I know that I wasn't the reason that the date was terrible.
Okay, let's start with you.
Right.
Okay. Let me think. I also have to come up with code names.
Cocaine.
Oh, okay. So most of my dates in Houston were pretty terrible. So I can always bring up one of those. So I met this guy on a dating site and he portrayed a certain person, like somebody I could get along with and like talk to. And he seemed really, really cool. We were talking about video games and all this other stuff. So he asked me out and he said I could pick the place. So I picked there's like an arcade place here in Houston. It's like I forgot the name of it, but it's like a game place so you can go and play games or whatever.
The one downtown?
Yeah. I can't think of the name of it, but
I can't think of the name. I can see it in my head though.
Yeah, so we go downtown. I'm all excited because obviously my goal is to beat him in whatever game we play. Because I'm not about that like play cute thing. We get there and it turns out that like not only has he never played video games, he doesn't like video games. And the place that I chose was video games. So we spent the whole night with him being like, "Oh, is this really what you do? Like, this is so childish."
Wait, what?
I didn't think you looked this way. You look different on your picture. And I'm just like,
no.
bro. He was so negative and just ugh. And also, he forgot his wallet. Let's not forget that.
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he forgot his wallet. Oh, and then I'm petty, so I only ate for myself.
Period.
Yeah.
It was one of those dates where like the whole time you're there, you're like, this is really happening. Like he didn't do anything physically or anything like that, but he was a horrible person.
Damn, I am so sorry.
It was just like, why lie for? What you got to lie for?
What you got to lie for?
Like we talked about video games and stuff, so I picked something that we had in common. Oh, and that was another thing. We were talking about like, what do we do for a career?
Yeah.
I was like, I was like, I'm an engineer. And he was like, oh. He was like, so you're like a big nerd.
No.
And I'm just like, this is just like, literally when he said that, I knew the date was going to suck after that. It was just the indicator.
That is disrespectful as hell.
It was just like, huh.
Wow.
Oh, but he had the audacity to text me and ask me out again, right?
What?
Because the worst ones are always so delusional.
What made him think that went well?
He was like, oh, I mean, I'm still getting to know you. I was like, I have zero interest in getting to know you further. Zero.
Damn.
And then the other one was the guy who like we were at dinner and that's when he told me that he lives with his baby mama still because he couldn't afford to go out and like he had actually driven her car to the date. Every time I think about that, I die.
Did she know that he borrowed his car to go?
I don't even know. That was a question that deserved to be asked because he said it. And I think the best way to put it was just like he was just being honest, just being honest with me. Because, in our generation, you can't just ask questions like, oh, what do you do for a living? Like, what are your dreams? No, you have to ask questions like, do you have kids? What is the current relationship between you and the baby's mother? Do you co-parent? What is your definition of co-parenting? Does your baby mama still think that you're in a relationship? Like, you got to ask all those questions. And it was just like, oh, sir, what? He was like, I mean, she cool with it. I'm gonna move out like when I get my stuff together. And then the kicker was me being the idiot that I am. I'm like, oh, like how big is your apartment? And he's like, oh, it's a 2-bedroom. So 1 bedroom is for your kids and the other one is for y'all.
Oh.
And I was like, so you sleep in the same bed as her and you driving her car to go see another woman? This is so disrespectful, not only to me, but to her.
This whole situation is wild.
This is too much for me.
I went home that night and I deleted that profile off that dating site.
I'm sure you did.
I was just like, nope, I can't, because the boldness at which he told me, like, he didn't lie. When I asked him the questions, he answered the questions honestly. And I think that's the part that floored me the most, because obviously he didn't see it as a problem. And it was just like, oh no.
I cannot.
It was wild. It was one of those where, like, I was texting my friend, like, in 10 minutes, I'm gonna need you to call me with like a level 8 SOS.
SOS.
I need you to scream into the phone, sounding crazy, erratic, black, and leave.
I cannot.
All right, I shared mine.
We've got some great stories in the comments if y'all want to look real quick. Some of them are really cool.
Let's see.
Amber, you paying for yourself reminds me of when I went to lunch with my friend, her boyfriend, and his friends. They took us to a place where we didn't eat and expected us to pay for food, and we didn't order or eat. No.
Have to be. My mom set me up with her coworker and didn't tell me he was married. Then he didn't tell me until 2 weeks later and was like, I thought you needed a friend. I am still dying. My mama set me up. My mama told me, listen, a man is a man. I cannot.
Not your mom.
A man is a man.
Not your mom. What is happening?
That reminds me of, what is that movie that we love to watch where she burns the car? Is it Waiting to Exhale?
Waiting to Exhale.
Oh my God, I love that movie.
That one relationship where the guy kept treating her horribly. I can't remember the characters, but I do remember the storyline, and it was like,
you mean Leon? Because I always remember Leon.
He was, I don't remember what his name was, but he was clearly a horrible choice. And her mama was just like, he's a good man. He loves you. And she was just like, he has a whole like
Whitney Houston's story plot.
Yes, like he's never gonna leave his wife, and her mama was like, but he's a good man. And I'm like, he's married. What? You want your daughter to be a side piece?
This is so ghetto.
Shook.
Oh no! Read what Rachel says. Worst date number 1. He said he wanted to take me out to a movie. He showed up with his mom and brother.
Hold up.
No.
Oh my God.
I tried not to snort, but I wasn't ready. Worst date number 2. His car broke down in front of my house, and the date was spent getting his car to a mechanic. And I found out he was a former friend of my brother's at the end, which no. Right.
Oh, no.
I don't do brothers friends either. That is correct.
No. That's asking for misery and turmoil.
It's just so much. I'm glad that everybody else has terrible date stories. However, nothing is topping the mom trying to hook her daughter up with the married man.
Yeah, that one's tops everything.
We're trying to topping it right now, guys.
I feel like that should go on one of our shirts. A man is a man.
A man is a man.
No, we do not need to walk around with a shirt. We like that shirt, and the I like to be choked shirts are dangerous.
That just sounds like a bad idea.
It's just, oh man.
You know, I have gotten some really terrible advice from my grandma. I remember she told me my late high school, she told me, I don't know why she told me I was going out. I don't know if she thought I was going out with a boy. I was really going out with my friends, but she literally told me, she was like, now Nini, do you know what you do if you meet a boy's parents? And I'm just like, I'm not going to, what are you talking about? And she was just like, she's like, do you know what you do? And I was just like, no, grandmother, what? And she was like, this is supposed to be an analogy. And I get the analogy, but the analogy was so freaking stupid. I was so annoyed. She goes, if his mother gives you a cupcake, you only eat half of the cupcake. And I was like, and why am I only eating the cupcake? It's a cupcake. And she was just like, because you need to be a lady. And I'm like, and being a lady means not eating a cupcake. And she was like, you mean not the damn cupcake. And I was just like, I'm just like, what is euphemism?
Listen, my fat ass would be like, why can't I eat the whole cupcake?
She was trying. Literally, she was telling me that I eat disgusting.
Dang.
Oh,
and I could not figure out what she was saying. I was just like, what's the euphemism of the cupcake? Does the cupcake mean something else? Are you calling like the vagina? Is that the cupcake?
Yeah, I definitely thought we were speaking in code.
I thought so too. No, she was literally telling me that like if you're going out with a guy and you're meeting his family, don't eat like a pig. And I was just like,
oh snap.
I was like, well, I'm going out with Junie, so
right.
I'm going to go, and I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, I honestly, I think every time I would leave the house, she would just suspect that I was going out with a boy, but I was honestly not. Like, every time I was going out with friends, and she would always give me such terrible advice.
Jeez.
I mean, wow.
Like, I was really thinking like it was supposed to be a whole metaphor.
Yo, your grandma is savage and like rude, like old school savage.
Yeah,
I told y'all about her. I told y'all about her comparing me to some girl that like was murdered by her first boyfriend, right?
Wait, what?
Yes. This is so funny. Listen, my grandma is really like, she's my favorite human being in the world, bruh. So we're sitting down in her room and she's watching Dateline, and I'm on my iPad. I don't know if I was watching a Chinese drama or my hair. I was watching something, but it involved subtitles, right? So I had to pay attention. So she's watching this Dateline story about some woman in her like 40s, I don't know, something like that, and she like got her first boyfriend, and he ended up murdering her, right?
Whoa.
I'm not listening to the Dateline, okay? I'm watching my drama. And so she goes, see, Mimi? And I looked, I'm like, see what? And I wasn't listening. She was like, you see, not everyone dates in high school. And I was just like, are you comparing me to a girl whose first boyfriend murdered her? She thought about it and she was like, that was a bad analogy. Listen. I tell you, every time we watch Dateline, me and her just crack the fuck up. Like,
I can't.
I mean,
like, I cannot believe she said that. No, I can't believe it, but
wow, speechless on that one.
I got nothing. Again, let me go back to the comments because whoa, just wow. When my brother's friends like me, I taunt my brother and sing to him, he loving the crew. I would hate to have you as a sibling.
Right?
I'd have to really fight you.
The shade of it all.
Right. Ted, me and my friend went out. He forgot his wallet. I paid for dinner. Then his brother walked in with his wallet, not telling me till after we ate. No,
that's not.
Excuse me, sir.
Nope.
That's not gonna work at all.
He said he made sure that he paid next time. We would have fought. I took all they plates. I'm too petty for that type of behavior. Like I would have just collected the plates. Like this is all mine. Like I need payment. Here's the receipt. Figure out what you owe. Then you'll get your plate back.
Right.
Your plate back.
I'm petty. And you
better. And that's sad. The food gonna be all cold. And
right. Or I'm gonna eat it. One of the two, because my money's not getting wasted. But yeah. Oh my gosh. I mean, well, guys, we're actually at the 48-minute mark.
Ooh, that went by fast.
It went by really fast. Randomly talking about terrible dating stories is fun.
I know. I just wish I could tell something that didn't make me look like a horrible person.
Oh, we have one more question, and then we can wrap this up.
Okay.
Bree asked, "What's the best one-liners you've ever got?"
All one-liners I've gotten have been horrible.
That's what makes them the best.
One guy in Hinge, I think I told you guys in our group chat, this is still one of the funniest things I've ever gotten on a dating app. So there's a part on there that said I like anime, right? But before that, it had said that I really liked Demon Slayer. And so this guy goes, "You can be my little Nezuko-chan."
Oh no, not the demon.
So I was just like, I hope in this scenario you're not Tanjiro.
Right. I was like, so is he Tanjiro? Because incest?
I was like, first of all, everyone in this show are minors, so I'm already concerned.
It's so many. I have so many questions.
That went nowhere.
Pick up time, like
it was funny though. It had me cracking up.
I mean, it has me laughing, but like I would have been like, I don't do incest.
Right.
Because the next question is literally like, so are you her brother?
Because like I was trying to figure out, I was just like, well, you named a main character and the other main characters are brothers. So.
Oh my God.
Like, I don't remember who he said. I know he didn't say Tanjiro, but I don't remember who he said because once you unmatch with somebody, their chat goes away. So I can't even go look. But it was funny, but he was doing too much just all the way around. Then he started talking about his stroke game, and I was just like,
that escalated so quick.
Listen, literally, it was like, I think it was like, so how are you? I'm good. How are you? And then it was like, better if I had a cuddle buddy. And I was just like, sir, this is so ridiculous.
It's not going to be with a stranger.
I went to a Harry Potter themed Halloween party when I was in college.
Oh God.
And that was probably where I heard like the best / worst pickup lines. Like, obviously I'm Slytherin, so there's all the like I'll slide in and you can ride my broomstick any day and I'll be your Professor McGonagall, and I'm like, okay, I don't even know what that means.
Wait, so did they assume that you were gay?
No, these were like dudes. Everybody was like Harry Potter nerds, so they were just like trying to be clever. And I was like, I literally don't even know what that means, but okay.
I'm so
just like weird stuff. Exactly. I was drunk at this party, so I was walking around dazed and confused from the alcohol and also from the one-liners. I was like, I don't understand this, but okay.
I'll tell y'all the best one-liner I've ever heard, and it was to one of my best friends when we were out. And to this day, when we think about it, we laugh so hard we start crying.
Uh-oh.
So I remember we were at my friend's house and everybody's just having like grand old conversations and stuff. And my friend is literally pinching my back because the guy that she's talking to is clearly, just a mess. And it got a little quiet and you can hear this guy go, I love the way that the hair on your arm stands up.
Wait, what?
I'm not lying. Like, he said it and his roommates apologized to us.
What does that
What does that mean?
I don't even know what you do with that. Like, where do you go?
He literally grabbed her hand. It was like, I like the way the hair on your arm stands up. We're like,
that's when his chances went to a negative number.
Listen, when your roommates apologize for your terrible, terrible things, you messed up.
Oh my God.
His roommates weren't his brother or anything. They were like, yo, I'm so sorry, bro.
This really isn't a one-liner, but this is something really funny that happened, an exchange between my grandma and my dad to show you that apple don't fall far from the tree. So, telling me about this guy she used to date when she was younger, right? And he, my family's from Louisiana, and his family's from Louisiana, right? And so she was like, he was so suave, Nene. He was 6 feet. Mind you, let me preface this. My grandmother's like 5 feet tall, 5 flat, right? He was 6 feet, and she was telling me all this stuff about him and all this stuff. And my dad, he's listening to all this. I'm not gonna say this man's name, but he walked out the shower. He's putting grease in his hair, and he goes, "Why are you in here lying to my child?" And then she's like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Mommy, Blake is 5'2" in his."
Ooh, blew up her whole spot.
Why you have to do that to her though? She would have never known.
She was Troy. Stop lying. He's like, Mommy, did you really think he was 6'2"? She's like, yes. And then I was like, well, Daddy, grandmother's 5 feet. Everything's 6'2" to her.
Ooh, disrespectful.
So now every time, like, they're still friends, right? So every time he calls her, I'm always just like, is that your 5'2" man? And she's just like, you know I am so shallow. I would have never dated him if I knew he was that short.
Oh, dang.
What is wrong with you?
I would love to have grandmas on a podcast one day. That would make my soul sore.
Now you see, but you see that whole little mouthing off comes from her. My dad got a mouth just because she got a mouth.
Exactly.
Where do you think you got your mouth from?
Exactly.
I don't know. My mom's pretty terrible.
Yo, I'm about to read these comments.
Oh, some of them had me out.
I remember a guy told me he had a long ass tongue.
Wow. What do you do with that information?
Right, like how? What? Next comment. I am down. I'll slide in. Hey, wanna be a switch for me and my sub? Wow. We have a conversation after this.
Yeah, we have to have a whole separate conversation.
This is an S&M level conversation, and that's when we have to put the whole like podcast not rated for kids under 18.
Right.
Oh
damn, you look so good. I'll take you to Red Lobster. You want them cheesy biscuits?
Amber got, are you my baby toe? Because I'm going to bang you on every piece of furniture. What?
I have no words.
What?
Bang you on every piece of furniture.
There's just so much to unpack in that one line. Reads what Rachel says. I'll be your Professor McGonagall. Damn, that is so nerdily specific. It is.
I didn't even know what it meant. To this day, I have no idea what he meant. I'm just like, what is that? My mind was just spinning. I was like, wait, what?
Right. Locke says the best one-liner she's gotten. Damn, you look so good. I'll take you to Red Lobster. You want them cheesy biscuits? I appreciate them biscuits reference. Thank you, Beyonce.
Right.
He did offer to feed you though, and I feel like that's more than what most of these one-liners got.
Right.
Those
no one got
biscuits are really good.
One guy messaged me on Twitter saying, if you put shoes on your wish list, I'll buy you any book you want.
What? I'm confused.
Okay, you know what? I'm glad you blocked him because what?
It sounds like it was going down a danger.
Right. It just really sounds like it was finna turn into a fetish situation.
Before
because
you know it, you have an OnlyFans account showing off your arches.
Listen, y'all got some OnlyFans, show them feet. Yo, somebody asked you that? Listen, how long does it take for me to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop?
That's like middle school level though.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, we still doing that? I'm disappointed. I am disappointed. I'd have looked at him and just been like, flag on the play, sir. Flag. What are we? It's like, I know we should have been saying this in elementary school, but the fact that you saying it is just nuts. Yeah.
Inappropriate.
But fetish dudes are very upfront. That's why I don't kink shame because they also pay very well.
Oh,
I'm
Brittany,
serious. One of the
experience?
streamers that I watched, she was telling me how like she took a picture of her unmanicured or unpedicured feet, and he paid $500 for a photo. I was like, is that really what feet pics are going for? Listen, I can pay off my car with some feet photos.
Okay.
Do you want me to put them in some dirt? I'll make Jell-O and stick my foot in it.
What? What? Too far.
I mean, shit, $500.
It's like,
$500 and all you see is my feet.
I will stomp some grapes, sir. How long would you like the video?
Stomp some grapes.
Amber says she has cute feet. Well, guys, we hit that 1 hour mark. You guys know we're trying to keep the podcast down to an hour. We support anybody who wants to start an OnlyFans. Go for it.
Yes, there's money.
Make them coins. Why do it for free when you can make money?
Exactly.
But yes, so we just want to remind you guys that on Sunday, we will be having a live where we're going to discuss the group read and the readathon as a whole, and wrap everything up. And excuse me, there are some fun things going on over on our Patreon because that has officially started this month. So if you were curious, you could come join the fun too. We got some polls up there already that we would love for y'all to answer, so we know where to go with another direction. And Ink Floor Studios has these cute peach locket stickers that are now available.
So cute.
Shop, and they're freaking cute. So go support.
Also, Melanin Eclectic just launched their reading planner.
Woo!
It's so exciting. If we can, we'll link her announcement video in the description of this live, but you can just go to Melanin Eclectic on YouTube and watch her video. Pre-orders start tomorrow.
Pre-orders are started today. That was a typo
today?
in the video.
Okay, I was wondering because when I went to the website, I was like, I see it. But
yeah, it's available.
Okay, so pre-orders have started, so definitely go pre-order. The planner looks absolutely beautiful, so stunning, and yes, very exciting stuff. We cannot wait to see what else Melanin Eclectic has in store, planner-wise.
Oh, I'm glad that you got emotional watching it because all of my thug got tested recording it.
I was like, oh my God, I'm about to cry.
I was genuinely upset that I had this, I haven't put on black liner on my bottom lashes in years. And I did it for that video and it ended up running down my face by the end of the freaking video.
We couldn't even notice. You must have edited those parts out.
Heck yeah, because y'all can't see me. Look, the internet is ruthless. Somebody would have taken those photos and turned me into a meme or something, and I can't have that.
That's fair. But the planner is absolutely gorgeous, so please go pre-order. The pre-orders are limited, so you definitely want to make sure you get your spot in while you still can.
Yeah, because once they gone, they gone.
They gone. And also, you guys know that we have Patreon, so please go. If you want to support us on Patreon, we would really appreciate your support. Like Brittany was saying, we have started this month, so we have some goodies coming your way via Patreon. And yeah, that's it for the announcements. Just keep following us on Instagram for our IG prompts for Naked. And
that's right. Shout out to everybody that's been participating. We see it. We love it.
Love it.
I have seen a couple TikToks for TBRs. Y'all out here doing it. I'm probably gonna let y'all know. I think there's a TikTok challenge tomorrow as well. So get ready, Bree. We're talking to you specifically.
The TikTok queen.
Right. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great night.
Yes, thanks for joining, and we will catch y'all on Sunday.